You're listening to the Stephen and Carrot Show with Carrot and Stephen.
Recorded from ECU Studios.
G'day. You're listening to the Stephen and Carrot Show with Carrot and Stephen. It's lovely Friday morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Carrot.
Good morning. What a great start.
How you doing, mate?
Fabulous, mate. Absolutely pleasure to be here on a Friday morning. ECU Studios.
As always.
As always. Events of the week, mate. If you had a busy week, I've heard you've been a little bit crook.
Yeah, I've been so crook, eh?
Man.
I think it's just a gastro bug going around.
Yeah, it's that time of the year kind of thing.
Yeah, I was going to blame you for making me sick because you were kind of sick last week, but I think we've had the same bug.
I think we might have got a different bug, unfortunately.
I don't think I can blame you.
Well,
But
yeah.
it's been a bit of a quiet week, so I've been quite unwell. But
Yeah.
power through this podcast today.
Exactly. Just
For all the listeners, for our thousands of listeners, I'll power through.
Millions. That's commitment to the podcast for sure.
What about you, mate? Busy week?
Busy week, yeah, a couple of things. Got a couple of things done, a couple of assignments finished, handed in, marked
that's
back,
good.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, just a regular kind of week, I suppose.
Passing everything?
Yes,
That's
so
good to
far,
hear.
that is a good thing to hear.
That's good to hear.
How about yourself?
Look, I haven't looked at my marks yet
Right.
for this stuff this week because
Yeah.
I've been so crook, I suppose.
Yeah.
I haven't really been thinking about it.
You don't really think
But it was
about
all
do you?
in, so
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
good,
it's
as long
alright.
as it's in.
Yeah,
That's the
hopefully
main
it's
thing. But yesterday, I've been looking for a pair of shoes for quite some time
for a
now.
while. You
For
keep
quite
whinging
a
about
while.
it.
I have been whinging about it. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to dedicate today to finding a pair of shoes. And I'm not usually that fussy, but yesterday I was really bad. And so I went to Carousel,
Right.
the big shopping centre in wherever it is. I
Yeah,
can't remember
yeah.
where. That suburb. And the thing that I noticed, because I don't usually go into many shoe shops, when you go into Hype or Platypus or
all those types.
types of ones, there's no boys section and girls section.
Right.
Have you noticed this? Or is this just me?
I don't know. I feel there maybe. Like, I know definitely when you go into Foot Locker.
Yeah, Foot
there's, like,
Locker.
men's runners,
Foot
women's
Locker's
runners.
good because it's got the two like sides kind of thing. Whereas when I go into Hype or Platypus,
Yeah.
I'm looking around and looking at, pink shoes. And then it's like, is that a guy's shoe or is that a
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what it is.
I guess they're all kind of unisex now as well, aren't they? You can still kind of tell. There's normally still kind of a divide.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of see all the what would traditionally be classified as girly shoes grouped together,
Yeah.
and all the traditionally masculine shoes grouped together, kind of. But you're right. I guess females now can just buy men's shoes in smaller sizes, and that just seems to be the go.
But guys can't buy girls' shoes.
Well, you
shoes.
can.
Shoes.
But no, you can, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, look. So I was a bit confused. Anyway, I got in there and the guy was super helpful. So thank you.
Old mate.
Old mate. His name was Arden or something like that.
Right.
Anyway, at Platypus, thank you very much. Hooked me up with getting my foot up on the desk.
Yeah.
A pair of funky fresh Vans, which are very comfortable. So thank you very
right.
much, my man.
Vans man now.
I'm a Vans man. I'm a changed man. I've gone from Vans to Puma and back to Vans again. So,
there you go.
it's a bit of a struggle.
I
choosing.
preferred you as a Puma man.
Oh, look, hey, my days aren't over. I've still got them. Something else happened throughout the week, actually. For those of you who don't know, I play Ultimate Frisbee. I'm not very good. I wouldn't say I play Ultimate. It's a
Karen
social league.
participates.
I participate
He
in physical
participates in
activity
Ultimate Frisbee.
every now and then.
Yeah, plays relative term.
Well, this story will kind of sum it up for you. On Monday nights, there's a social league down at UWA. So we go down there and have a bit of a throw around and tend to get flogged, as we did this week.
Yeah.
Love
ode
the team.
ode to Stephen's Monday night volleyball
Exactly.
team.
Hey, we're pretty much on the same level. So shout out to the Frisbee team. On Monday night, I had a bit of a doozy, like bit of a mistake on my behalf.
Right, what'd you do?
So one of my teammates has thrown it to me and thrown it up in the air,
Yep.
but like not out. It was more kind of like up.
Yeah, right.
And so
The Cappers.
yeah, so I've gone to catch it, and it's gone through my hands
Oh, Falcon jar.
and got me right in the nose
Oh, that's bad.
to the point where I was bleeding and I had to go off.
That's very embarrassing.
Yeah, very embarrassing. So luckily for us, the other team played with one player down. So good sports, good on them. So I was sitting on the sidelines with this blood just running from my nose, thinking, "Oh my goodness, how embarrassing is this?"
Yeah, that's rough.
And then, yeah, it just stopped. I was the big brave man.
Oh, came back.
Came back on. and got an assist as well. So I'll cop it.
Oh,
Man of the match.
God, this is like
Man of
Karen.
the-
This is like Karen tells it. His teammates are like, he got in the nose. He had a little sook, and then someone put tissues up his nose and told him to go back on. Wiped off his tears. He came back on. I think I told you earlier in the podcast, a couple of weeks ago, about that mark I tried to take at the footy carnival, and went up for cappers on a guy's back. In Year 9 Lightning Carnival.
Yeah,
and it came off the fingers.
Yeah, I do remember that
Similar
story.
story.
Very similar story, although there was no one else involved in mine. It was purely my fault.
Surely you do the old like W catch, don't you?
Well, no, because frisbee, it's more like a crocodile. So
Yeah,
everything that
surely
you're
not.
taught not to do in cricket,
Yeah.
you're
Or
supposed
any other
to,
sport.
or any other sport, you're supposed
Yeah.
to do in frisbee, which was hard because I played cricket for quite a while. Was never any good at that either. But just kind of had to restructure the way I did everything, the way I threw the frisbee, the way I.
Yeah, well, I have a mate,
catch.
we always make fun of him in like King of the Pack for like footy. He always goes for the gator catch.
Oh, no,
You
yeah,
just can't
look,
do it.
Look, footy's not a sport that you want to do the big gator catch in.
So yeah, surely there's a better way to catch frisbees than the old gator. I feel the gator's just a very inefficient way to catch anything.
Yeah, look, and it just depends on the angle of the disc as well.
'Cause
You know.
Yeah, as well with all the other catches with like the W's and stuff, you let it fall into your hands.
Yeah,
But like the gator, you have to time it.
exactly.
Right, so you can't put them up early and then wait for it to hit you. You gotta,
It's a tricky sport.
yeah, flip.
It's a tricky sport. For those of you who don't play Ultimate Frisbee, go out and do it. It's great fun.
Just don't get hurt.
Just don't get hurt. Make sure you actually get it and don't let it hit your nose.
Yeah, that's rough, mate. Karen, I'm reading on the doc of things we're talking about this week. You've
Yes.
got K-pop up there.
K-pop. Shout out to one of my friends.
What is... I'm actually lost for words. I didn't come in here expecting to talk about K-pop today.
Neither did I. Well, I suppose I did because I put it on the doc. But one of my friends absolutely is obsessed with K-pop.
Right.
There's a boy band from Korea, hence the K,
Yeah, yep.
called BTS.
Right.
Shout out to Hayley. She's a big fan of BTS. She wanted us to talk about it on the podcast this week.
Are they like big?
Apparently, they're huge, man.
Yeah.
They're like the One Direction of...
Except for bigger, eh? These like Korean pop
yeah,
bands,
man.
they're
Like,
huge,
they're
and
nuts.
massive.
Look, not going to spend much time on K-pop itself because, sorry, Hayley, but I don't think it's worth the time to talk about.
Wow.
I'm not a fan. Look, I'm not a fan. I don't listen to much pop music. So just any pop in particular
Fair
won't
enough.
go there. On the topic of music, my brother listens to like hard rock, heavy metal kind of thing. Not
Yeah, right.
screamo, none of this like...
So is
screaming
it
into the
like
mic kind of
heavier than AC/DC? Or?
Yeah. So like, can't even think of any bands off the top of my head.
I
to be
remember
fair.
when AC/DC used to be classified as heavy rock. I feel it's changed. I feel like...
the definition
yeah,
has
yeah. I
changed.
feel like...
Right.
Yeah, way back AC/DC were like heavy rock, and now...
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, but now because like new
Yeah.
music's formed and stuff, it's...
Yeah.
That's not heavy metal anymore.
That's not metal.
Which is crazy. Heavy rock, I mean. But yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, he's always listened to that kind of stuff. He listens to a bit of different stuff now. But one thing that he mentioned a couple of years ago, he didn't listen to it. Okay,
Right.
just to clear it up. I can't even speak today. He didn't listen to this music. However, he mentioned it to me briefly. It's called pirate rock. And what they do...
I'm actually... What is this music you're bringing
This
to me
is
today?
a
I'm
thing.
actually speechless.
This is a genuine thing, okay? Where a band will dress up as pirates and play like heavy rock kind of music and then sing in like a pirate accent and like pirate...
Right. So it's
know.
just rock in pirate costume.
Yeah, pretty much. But they sing as pirates and they talk about pirate things and stuff.
Look, that's
So
just
that's my biggest thing is who listens to that music.
it's very niche.
It's a very niche market.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be a fun day on the piss though.
Oh,
If
hell
you went
yeah.
to like everyone dressed up and went to one of these
I
concerts.
like that. Mind you, I don't think there'd be many in Perth, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if there is, if any of you guys out there listening to us like a bit of pirate rock and there's a festival coming up, let us know. Stephen and I will hit it up, get a couple of beers in us and off we go.
Mate, you'd make a good pirate. I've said this before.
You have said this
I have
before.
said, maybe not on the
Yeah.
podcast, but to you.
Yeah, I've definitely heard this.
I think Karen would make a good pirate. He's just got the hair, and if you put like the pirate hat on, or even a bandana or something,
I could try.
I think Karen would cosplay as a good pirate.
Cosplayers.
For like lack of a better word, cosplay as a good pirate.
Hey, well, I will this Halloween maybe. I don't even do Halloween, so probably not.
Halloween either, but we'll see.
We'll see. We might get there.
So I don't know if you've noticed, Karen, but I've made a conscious effort this week to not cross my arms at this podcast.
Yes, something that I
roasted me,
and something that I noticed as well. It's a lot of this, and
and bounce as well.
And the bounce.
That's exactly what my mum said to me. So mum listens to the podcast. Love your mum.
Shout out.
And she was like, "You need to stop being so stiff and crossing your arms. Doesn't portray good body language." And she's right, but it was something I wasn't thinking about.
Because it never used to be recorded as well, so you
That's
could get
true.
away with it. But now that we got the GoPro, you're being called out again. How many times have you been called out on this podcast?
Well, that's funny as well, right? Because mum has started saying no big whoop dog.
Oh, it's a thing.
My mum has started saying no big whoop dog.
Yeah, that's success right
And
there.
she roasted me because she says it more than me, she reckons.
Right.
Which is probably true. But like I bumped into her in the hallway literally yesterday. And I was like, "Oh, sorry, mum." And she was like, "You didn't even say no big whoop dog." like she was more upset with me for not saying no big whoop dog than for bumping into her.
At least you apologise, Well,
Yeah.
usually, isn't it usually a, "Oh, sorry, no big whoop dog"? Or is it a, "No big whoop dog"? "Oh, yeah, no big whoop dog"?
I guess you could do both.
You can do both. You do the
It's
double.
the old like, "Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate."
Yeah, exactly. How are you today, mate? Yeah, good, thanks, mate. How are you? Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah, classic. I reckon you can do it whenever. But yeah, mum was like, "You need to stop crossing your arms." I'm going to take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
I don't think I can stop the bounce and crossed arms in the same week.
Two things. That's a big week.
So I've already noticed I've been bouncing a lot, and I've caught myself already crossing my arms a few times.
We'll have to check that on the GoPro footage.
No, it's definitely there. You don't have to check it. It's definitely there.
Happy to admit it.
But I'll try and this week, and maybe it's like a two week task, kind of weed it out.
Right.
I'll try to get rid of the crossed arms first, and then the bounce eventually.
Yeah,
But yeah,
look,
mum absolutely roasted me for it.
well, it's good that you want to do something about it. It
I
shows
suppose.
that you're.
Well, I didn't think it was even an issue till mum roasted me for it. I was like, it's there. It doesn't look great, but it's not the end of the world.
Exactly.
But yeah, mum was like, "Get rid of it, mate.
yeah, right.
No good."
Jeez.
But at least someone's listening and watching and caring.
Exactly.
Like,
Hey, that's the best kind of feedback you can get.
and as well, right? I thought my parents aren't overly active on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew mum listened to the podcast, but I wasn't aware she was watching the clips on Facebook.
Right.
So, like, obviously, if she was just listening to the podcast, she wouldn't know I was crossing my arms.
Yeah.
But
the fact that she
she's
saw
getting
it.
on the Facebook and having a look, so
Good on
that's
ya.
good as well.
That's good commitment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Love you, mum.
Even if you do rip him. Now, something that I'm very passionate about.
Oh, here we go. There's going to be something terrible.
Jeez. Well, I never want to bring it up now, Something that I'm very passionate about. Something that I, up until a couple of months ago, kind of forgot about.
Right, what's that?
The good old Honey Cheerios.
Honey
Yum,
Cheerios?
yum, yum. You can get a
Right.
big box, a big value pack from Woolies for $5, and they go a long way.
Yeah, right.
What is your stance on the Honey Cheerio?
Look, honestly, I reckon I've had Cheerios like twice in my life. 3 times tops.
Really?
Yeah,
It's just not enough. It's just simply not enough, Stephen.
I don't know. We've just never had them in our household.
Right.
It's been a Wheat Bix or Toast family
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
forever.
Well, Weet-Bix is just one of those Australian icons that kind of,
Yeah.
everyone's got in their house. You go to someone's place, you ask for Weet-Bix, they got Weet-Bix.
Yeah. So I don't think I don't know. Never really had Cheerios. Ringed food, I feel, is just a gimmick anyway. Just make it solid. Like,
Donuts?
yeah, but like, wouldn't donuts be better if you had that extra 30% in the middle filled in? Like, does the whole make it taste better?
Yeah.
You reckon the whole makes it taste better? That's a joke. Like, I reckon, I don't know.
I suppose if you want more donut, then you go a holeless donut. But
Yeah,
then would it
exactly.
be a donut if it didn't have a hole in the middle?
It's still made of the same stuff.
Yeah, but
The only exception I have for this stance on ringed food, which
Burger rings?
Well, oh yeah, and like the
Yeah.
Cheetos, because you get the old Cheeto fingers out.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
The old ode to primary school where you chuck
Yeah.
the Cheetos on each finger
Oh,
and then.
you can't
get
go
them
wrong.
off.
You can't go wrong with them.
But yeah, otherwise I'm like, hold food, food with just like a ring is just, I don't know.
Just don't get
give
around
me the 30% extra food. I don't get the point of having a hole in it.
He's a hungry boy. Give him what he wants.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel this is a weird stance. I feel no one really thinks about it. This is the stuff when I'm in the shower.
Shower thoughts.
Like, this keeps me up at night. I'm like, why am I not getting 30% extra donut?
They're trying to jip you. And they're probably more expensive than if, they bump the price up and give you less food.
Yeah, exactly. It's
just
the
not
whole,
fair.
I feel sorry for women and their clothing. With the whole less clothes for more...
For more money.
Yeah, more money.
Right.
But yeah, no, I guess, if you're a Cheerios man, go for it. Are they healthy? Is that the whole thing with it, or?
No, not overly.
See, so if you're going for an unhealthy cereal, why are you not just picking, like, Fruit Loops or Cocoa Pops?
Because that's just a bit too much. I feel like there's too much sugar in that.
Right, so you're saying Cheerios are like a middle ground?
Yeah, it's like a treat. It's like Nutri-Grain.
I hate Nutri-Grain.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the story behind this? Just not a fan?
You have to eat Nutri-Grain in 0.2 seconds, otherwise it goes soggy.
Don't you like soggy?
And soggy Nutri-Grain tastes the worst.
Soggy Nutri-Grain.
I'd
can
rather
get
eat
in my stomach.
I'd rather eat Nutri-Grain without any milk at all, and just
look, it's a good snack.
than have the risk of it going soggy at all. I hate soggy Nutri-Grain.
Right, soggy Wheat Bix.
Yeah, ups, I reckon.
Yeah, Yeah.
Any Weet-Bix, I reckon.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like dry.
yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, funny story with Wheat Bix. Just while we're on the topic of Wheat Bix,
Yeah,
and
we might as
cereals,
well.
Might as well. Back in the day, throwback to toddler Kerrod.
Oh.
Yeah, quite a while ago. Wheat Bix was something that I used to eat every morning, but there was something that I used to do different with it.
What'd you do different with it?
Not so much me, but Mum. Used to go the Wheat Bix, but without milk, rather than milk, hot water.
Miss, why? What?
I don't know. To this day, I don't know. I like the taste of it. It's actually not as bad as it sounds. I haven't had it
It
since...
sounds awful.
Well, yeah, it does. But I haven't had it since I was probably 8 or 9. So
I can
this
just
is...
imagine, when some people make their 2-minute noodles with, they get a big container of hot water,
Yeah.
and then put the noodles in it,
Yeah.
and it all like kind of makes a
Yeah.
soup out of it.
Why?
I imagine that with Weet-Bix. With hot water, you got a bowl of it, you put it in, and it all just makes this like
floaties
wax
and stuff.
soup.
Yuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you're like,
But
it's not as bad as it sounds.
It's not
It
like
sounds
that.
awful.
You gotta... Look, you put in enough water to have the Wheat Bix soak it up. So it's kind of still like the same consistency as what you'd have with milk.
Right. See, we used to, in winter, we used to do hot milk with Weet-Bix.
Really?
Yeah. So it'd be warmer.
How did you warm up the milk?
You just put it in the microwave.
Right.
Or you can't put it in the kettle, mate.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't work like that. So yeah, just put it in the microwave for a bit, and then it was like nice and warm.
Right.
And that sounds 1,000 times better than hot water and Weet-Bix.
Look, probably a bit more flavour.
I don't know. I just feel it. This is whack. You bring me the wackest food
sorry,
habits every week. Every week you bring me something. I'm like, how are you
I swear
survived?
I'm
to
not
this
that
age?
weird. Hey, it was good back in the day. Might have to try it again.
I would
No.
miss.
Oh, yeah.
I feel this
I
might
don't
be
know.
the whole Probite 2.0, where as
Yeah.
younger you think it's good,
Hey.
and then you have it now and you're like,
Very true.
no thanks.
Very true. Promite 2.0. I like it. Well, how many Wheat Bix is your go-to? Are you a 3 or 4?
See, this is the most masculine debate in Australia, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
Especially
is.
when you were in primary school. It was like, how many do you do?
Yeah. It's like, am I better than you?
It's like when you try to pick up a girl in primary school, it was like,
Oh, he only does 3. Like,
it's like how many times you pushed her at recess and lunch, where you finished in the 100-meter sprint.
take notes, kids.
Yeah, where you finished the 100-meter sprint and how many Weet-Bix you did. So if you were like a really mean dude who came first 100-meter sprint and could waft down some Weet-Bix,
You were the
ladies were
man.
like falling over you. Yeah, so I remember me and my brother as well. Nothing makes you more competitive than having a sibling, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So in the morning, like me and Andrew would like be staring each other in the eyes while we're eating our Weet-Bix to see who's gonna stop eating first. And be like, I don't know, in primary school we'd down, 6 or 8 before school.
Where?
And then go to school.
What? That's a lot.
Well, I told you I did like the 7 snags last week.
Yeah, true. Very true. But Wheat Bix, I feel like when I wake up in the morning, I need something that I can't have too much of something, but then if I don't have enough, then I'm hungry by like 9 o'clock.
I feel that's the thing with Weet-Bix as well, right? eat heaps of Wheat Bix, and then half an hour later you're hungry again.
Yeah,
I feel there's
right.
no like protein or I don't know. There's no substance in Wheat Bix.
Just not enough to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, so we used to do the old fruit and yogurt on it.
Yeah,
and-
bit of banana.
yeah. That's
Can't
what
go wrong with a bit of
That's
banana.
where you get
Are you a honey man or a sugar man on your Wheat Bix?
sugar.
Yeah, sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar. I get the whole honey argument.
But I feel more people are honey. I
Yeah.
feel like we're in the minority with the sugar.
Yeah, I feel like that could be the way to go.
Maybe,
fact,
maybe Great Australian
That
Debate
could be
this
the
week.
great Australian debate for this week.
But yeah, I know. It's great, isn't it? Sugar on Wheat Bix. It just tastes like sugar.
It's just so
Like-
good. Like, probably not that good for you, but
Nah, it's awful. It
yummy enough.
100% cancels out the nutritional value you have by eating Wheat Bix. Like, look how healthy I am eating Wheat Bix.
5-star Wheat Bix.
And then you pour literally just sugar all over. Oh, but we used to do brown sugar, so a bit healthier.
Slightly better.
Yeah, a bit
Slightly
healthier, less processed.
As long as it's not brown. Wait, raw sugar?
I don't know, brown sugar?
Nah, surely raw.
I don't know.
Brown's like just like solid maple syrup.
Oh, maybe raw sugar.
Might
then,
be
I don't know.
raw, dunno.
It looked kind of brownish.
Yeah, right. Healthy.
Well, how many did you do?
How many do I do? Or how many? Oh, well, I suppose I haven't really changed my numbers. You're gonna shake your head.
I feel you haven't grown. I haven't known you that long, but I feel you were a quick grower. Like you grew
No, it was just I was just.
tall in year 9, and then you just stopped. And
Look,
everyone else
I've
has
never been
gone up.
tall. I've never been
right.
tall. So I've just been behind the ball all
Yeah,
the way.
right.
But usually, because I have toast, Vegemite and butter on
Yeah.
toast for brekkie, or crumpets. Vegemite and butter on crumpets. Get around it. Mentioned it previously in the podcast. Get around it. So good. So if I have Wheat Bix, I'm usually like a. I'm almost scared to admit it because I know that you're looking at me in
No,
a
go
weird
on,
way.
go
right?
on, say it.
I'll go like a 3 or 4.
Yeah, see, that's all right. Are
That's
you having?
I feel like that's reasonable.
Are you having that with toast or
No.
just right?
Yeah.
See, I feel I usually go like these days. I'll go the 4 Wheat Bix with 2 pieces of toast,
Jeez.
and then that's.
And then 17 snacks for lunch.
But yeah, no, that's 3 or 4 is respectable.
Okay, thank you. I thought that was going to be a big thing about
No,
me
I'm
not
gonna
being.
roast you. It's fine.
Well, I'm
It's
good at
fine.
100-meter sprints anyway, so I got
Oh,
that covered.
yeah.
In.
Well, there you go.
In a world full of idiots, one man's voice rises above all.
Wayne's words of wisdom.
Wayne's words of wisdom.
Now, my dad mentioned to me last week that he wanted a segment on the show, so here it is. Wayne's words of wisdom.
We should get an intro for this.
We should, in fact,
Maybe
by the
next
time
time.
that this goes up, I
Oh,
will have an intro for
wow,
it.
there you
I
go.
plan on recording one this afternoon.
Oh, there you go. Big commitments from Karen.
Exactly. It's a big.
Now you just made me look silly. We've started the segment. I'm like, you know what would be really cool for this segment? An intro. And the intro would have played beforehand. And now I'm just cooked. You've thrown me under the bus.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about that.
No, you're not.
No, not really.
You love it. You're thriving off this.
I'm loving it. So my dad mentioned to me last week that he wanted his own little segment on the show. So we've given it to him. I've granted him the pleasure of having a segment on our show. Last week, we had our very first Wayne's Words of Wisdom. It was rather be looking at it than looking for it.
Yeah, which I rate. That's
Which
actually quite...
Stephen rates. Look,
Yeah.
it's pretty smart.
Yeah, good advice.
This one is one of the most Wayne sayings.
Right.
This is just him.
Wayne saying.
Wayne saying.
All right, what's Wayne saying this week?
Wayne is saying, he said, never take an idiot with you because there'll always be one when you get there.
Oh, God. Where's this coming from?
Yeah, look, I don't know. That's just one of the things that he says. And to be fair, it's kind of true because the Sharp family is known to be magnets. We attract a lot of idiots, all right?
Yeah, well, I feel, Honey Badger, read it and weep. Your sayings are being outdone by Wayne sayings.
Wayne sayings. It's so good. We might have to change the name of this segment. Well, I think Wayne's sayings is actually better than Wayne's words of wisdom.
You have to say it the most bogan way.
Yeah, Wayne's
Wayne
sayings.
sayings. Yeah, but I feel like...
So what's your response to that saying?
I mean, I feel idiots are a dime a dozen, aren't they?
Well, yeah, yeah.
As my... As Dad always says,
Oh, Battle of the Dads. Here we go.
common sense is very common. And yeah. I
He's
think
right
it
with
was.
that.
Yeah.
Geez, that's a very dad saying.
Yeah, very Dad saying. But yeah, I feel that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
No arguing.
but like, when are you packing up the car and going, I need to take an idiot?
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, I might not need it. Well, it's not the most practical one from Wayne this week, but also
No, it's not.
great advice still.
Exactly. Good life advice.
And I'm liking this this theme we've got.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
No,
good.
I feel it's
It's
good.
something we can work with for sure. So there you go, Dad. There's your segment for this week. He's still working quite a lot, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks we can actually get him on the phone
Yeah, that'd be elite.
to speak his own mind.
Yeah, that'd be elite. Speaking of, this isn't on the dock at all.
Yeah.
So bit of a surprise topic.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
But speaking of Wayne sayings and Honey Badger sayings,
Yeah.
what do you think of the
Mate,
Bachelor
did you
finale?
watch it?
I have not watched a single episode, but I know exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Like,
Jeez, I was actually going to bring it up if we ran out of time this week.
you don't have to watch that show at all to know what's happening every week.
Well, the amount of stuff that's on Facebook about it, because people tag so many people in posts and memes and stuff about the actual show. What was your response? Because you obviously know what happened.
I know what happened. I mean, fair enough. I'm no point in committing to someone if
Exactly.
you're not fully in love with them.
Exactly. And I think, yeah.
I
A
think
lot of people are just like, oh, like, he's like scared of commitment and stuff. It's like, well, you know, you want to kind of do it with the right person. You
Well-
don't just want another...
Yeah, I reckon he won The Bachelor. I reckon
Yeah.
He's the first
He's-
real winner of The Bachelor. He's like hanging out with she's like
Yeah, he's
on this resort with like skis and helicopter rides and then he's just like, cheers, Channel 10, see you later.
Thanks for the money.
Yeah, unlimited beers, like,
Plenty of beers. The amount of beers drunk on that show
and then
was
he's just
ridiculous.
like, catch you later.
Catch us on the flip.
Yeah, was
you
it good?
watch. He'll go into hiding now. In fact, we were after the show last night. I got a message from one of my mates, and it was a screenshot of his latest Instagram post,
Right.
and just people were just absolutely ripping him like
Real. No, I reckon he's
Like-
won. I reckon the cleverest bloke to ever go on that show.
easy. Good on him. Good on him. But anyway, so everyone was ripping him on his post.
Yeah, right.
He ended up turning the comments off.
Oh, real.
Because he was
Had a
getting ripped
sook.
really hard.
Yeah, right.
So he's probably going to go into hiding, and we're not going to hear of the honey badger for at least a couple of months.
Mini wins.
Mini wins this week. We've just had the intro in there.
Yeah.
Have you had any mini wins?
This coffee I'm drinking, this like Dare Mocha, was free at work yesterday
Right.
because it expires today.
I was going to say, what's the date on
yeah,
it?
so it expires today, and they're like, we can't sell it tomorrow. So I was doing the closing shift last
Yeah.
night, and they're like, take it home if you want. I was like,
Can't say no.
of course. I also do have another mini win / loss.
Right, so do I. But I'll let you get to yours first.
Well, we've all been there. We've all been in this scenario where you have the same song stuck in your head for like a week, right?
You're still all about this.
Wait on, hold up, mate. So you have the same song stuck in your head for like a week, right?
Just an earworm.
Now this can either be a mini win or a mini loss.
It could be make or break.
Like-
100%. I'm with you.
depending on the song.
Yeah.
Right. So I want you to guess right now, mini win or mini loss for your boy.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say the song and then I had to guess.
No.
Oh, look, by the sounds of it, by the tone of your voice, I'm going to say mini loss.
It was a mini win.
It was a mini win.
Yeah.
Right.
These days was stuck in my head for like 3 days straight.
Which, these days, because there's...
Powderfinger.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was thinking that was the one, but tune. Actual banger.
I was like,
Can't go wrong with a bit of Burner
this is a
Fanning
huge
Powderfinger.
win.
That is a big win.
But also on that topic, mate of mine, shout out Reese, reckons he has a foolproof way to get any song out of your head.
I
Right.
want to know this.
And he reckons it's kind of like you have to bite the bullet. So it doesn't matter what song you have stuck in your head. He reckons if you start thinking of the song Raspberry Beret, it'll automatically overtake it. And Raspberry Beret will just get stuck in your head.
Right.
And he reckons you use it if you got a terrible song stuck in your head. Because Raspberry Beret
just
is
so
a good song.
catchy.
So he's like,
Right.
if you have to have something stuck in your head, you might as well be the dictator of that. And he reckons that's the song that just gets stuck in your head.
Is that just him personally? Have you had experiences
I have
with
tried
this?
it.
It
seems
works.
to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And you just like, as well, I think, because maybe it's like the whole placebo effect, but something stuck in my head and I'm like, Raspberry Beret. And bang, that's in my head.
correct.
Like, so yeah, I feel it might work. But yeah, so I've had a win, but easily with another song, it can be a huge loss, can't
Yeah,
it?
definitely.
Your mini win/loss this week.
I've had a couple of mini ones, which I was actually going to bring up on the podcast today. However, something happened this morning.
Right.
Not to me,
fresh.
but I wanted to
Fresh
bring it up
content.
on the show
Right.
because I thought it was far better than any of mine. I was on the bus this morning on the way to uni, and another mini loss to mini win situation
Right.
where it started off bad and then ended up good. So I was on the bus and this bloke, we just stopped because we're at the red light, and all of a sudden the bus doors open. I was like, what's going on here? This isn't a bus stop. And this dude just comes like running on, and he's like, like puffing and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been chasing this bus behind in an
Yeah.
Uber for like 20 minutes now
Oh, really?
because he left his phone on the bus.
Oh.
So he chased it down. He tracked it down in this Uber.
How do you order an Uber?
That's what I was thinking. That was my one question. I didn't get a chance to chat to him. I was like, because he was holding a phone. I was like, how did you?
Yeah.
If you've left your phone on the bus,
Yeah.
unless you've got like a work phone and a personal
Must have
phone.
done.
But yeah, he got onto the bus and gave it a call, and it was sitting there. And the bus driver was like, oh yeah, there you go.
I feel still that's a mini loss.
Yeah, definitely a mini loss.
Like
But I mean,
a mini
it could have
loss
been.
back to neutral.
It could have
Like
been. It could have been a lot worse though.
Could have been.
But
a
to
lot
have the
worse.
luck of actually
having two
phones, like jeez.
Speaking of public transport as well.
Yes.
I don't know if this is a tangent we want to go on to.
We can
But
take
I
it.
saw the funniest thing on the train yesterday.
Please tell me.
Now, this is yeah, it's awkward because the name of the song has a swear word in it.
Okay.
So I'm not
Just-
sure if I
just
can
give the letter. Give the
say
letter.
Say the song. But there's a bloke sitting on the train across from me, right?
Yeah.
Train's dead quiet,
Mm-hmm.
and you just hear he's got like headphones on like you. He's like bobbing his head, and then you just hear, "Hey Siri, play Sexy B" by David Guetta. He just says it out loud on the train.
He's not afraid. He doesn't care.
I was like,
what a man.
I was like, this is the past meets the future. Literally, he was just like, "Hey Siri, play Sexy B" by David Guetta. I was like, who is this man? You imagine if that was available in our like 2009 discos?
Yeah.
Just
Just play a banger Siri and get it on.
but I was like, past meets future. Like, also, whose mans is asking to play that?
Did you just start like bopping around hell
Yeah.
getting into it?
I could not believe it. I was like,
What a man.
where am I?
Jeez. To have the courage to be able to say that out loud and be proud of it.
I know, right? Yeah. Liam, I just couldn't do it, eh? It's one of those guilty pleasure songs where even if you like
Damn,
it,
it's just,
yeah, even if you like it, you don't admit to anyone you like it.
it's such a catchy song though. I'll give him that.
Oh, Liam.
That's classic. I'll
Any
rate that
more
big
mini
time.
wins, losses?
No.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, mini loss. Blood knows.
Ah, yes.
The whole frisbee thing. But that's about it. To be fair, I've had a pretty neutral week again, which
that
isn't a bad
counts as
thing.
a win, I reckon.
That counts as a
As
win.
long as you're not
Yeah.
losing, I reckon you're winning.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good way to look at it.
But mind you, in most things, it's like if you're not winning, you're losing.
Yeah, yeah.
But, no, but I feel, yeah.
Just
As long
depends
as
on the way
you-
that you look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Hey, half full or half empty?
Yeah,
That's the-
half full. I'm a half full kind of guy.
No, well, there you go. That's it.
It's time for Stephen and Kerrid's Great Australian Debate.
Great Australian debate this week.
Yes, we had a bit of a another bit of a belting, really.
Yeah. Well, it was the old, thanks to Warren Moon, the old
Yeah.
Daniel, as his name actually is. But we had the old, do you scrunch or fold the toilet paper?
Yeah.
And fold one out.
Big fold result.
Yeah.
And my dad actually mentioned, isn't that what the lines are for? But I thought the lines were for tearing.
The lines are for tearing, but Wayne's...
But it's also a guide for the
yeah,
fold.
Wayne's also on the money.
He's a wise man.
I wouldn't question him.
Yeah,
if he says
right.
that's what the lines are for,
That's it.
That's what they're
Yeah,
for.
right.
But I also noticed he commented, saying that's what the lines are for. But I don't think he voted in the poll.
Didn't he?
I don't think so.
Dad, come on, mate. What are you doing?
But we'll count him as a fold anyway.
Yeah.
So if we count him in,
It's a 41.
41-23
23.
victory to the folds.
Yeah.
We were both folds this week, I think. So it
Yes,
doesn't
we were.
affect our personal tally.
Still 2-1.
Yeah. Even though you said you're a roll, which is whack.
Well, yeah, look, yeah, it's interesting. But it does the job, hey. It's better than scrunch.
I suppose. Yeah, we can all agree it's scratch. That's the winner.
Have we got one for this week?
We can just use the
I'm thinking the Wheat Bix ones would go.
honey or
Honey
sugar.
or sugar on your Wheat Bix.
Yeah.
What's the go?
And also, in that poll, comment any other ones
Yeah.
that you have.
Yeah.
Any other, like, weird combos you put on Wheat Bix, and we can
Yeah.
talk about them next week.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my cousins have a neighbour who lives like just down the road. Apparently, she puts chili sauce on her
Oh,
Wheat
see, yeah,
Bix.
that's whack. I
So
want to hear
why
all
would
this
you
stuff.
do that?
I want to hear all the ones like this.
Yeah.
I
But-
reckon, like, talk about them next week.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we get a bit of a response.
If we get a bit of a response.
Let us know what your go-to combination is for your Wheat Bix. Also, vote in the poll, sugar or honey
Yep.
on your Wheat Bix. Bit of an Aussie one.
I do. Speaking of Aussie ones, I'd put Milo on Wheat Bix.
Yeah, see, no.
Why no? It's like chocolate Wheat Bix.
But-
it's like elite.
I feel like you can't mix chocolate and Wheat Bix.
Why not?
Because it's just not a combination that should be
It's like you do as well.
mixed.
You can do like the Milo on rice bubbles and it makes better Cocoa Puffs.
Where are you pulling this from?
Oh, what do you mean?
I've never heard of this before.
Oh, it's like Milo
But
is
if you're putting Milo on rice bubbles, why wouldn't you just buy Cocoa Pops?
because Cocoa Pops are terrible for you.
What, and Milo and
Milo's like okay for you. Rice bubbles is okay for you.
I think they make you think that.
Maybe
I don't
I've
think they're
been
actually that
fooled.
good for you.
Maybe I've been. Surely
You've been
Milo's
punked.
good for you.
You've been zinged.
Oh, I've been punked heavy, have I? Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, well. Yeah, no, Milo's good on that sort of stuff, I reckon. But yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, back to the debate.
Yeah, back to the debate.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Honey or sugar, and let us know any other weird stuff you put on.
Well, we're both sugar men this week.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So again, it won't affect our
Won't affect
personal
our tally.
But yeah.
Let us know. Well, there you go. There's another week on the Stephen and Kerrod show with Kerrod and Stephen.
As if we made 7 weeks.
Yeah, how about that?
As
Hey,
if we're this far in.
Wow. So yeah, keep sticking around. Let us know what you want. Thank you very much for listening once again,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, stay involved with all the Facebook posts and comments and keep messaging us and letting us know.
Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, because the Wheat Bix segment came from a friend of mine this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep involved.
Yeah.
We genuinely love it when you guys suggest stuff.
Yeah.
Makes our life easier and it feels like we're,
Engaging.
engaging to everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep it up.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much. See you next week.
The Stephen and Kerrod Show with Kerrod and Stephen.